2 o'clock. Hey everyone, just bear with me because I am working with Salesforce and you're going to see it in real time. No pressure, Eric. But I've never missed a 2 o'clock. So, hey guys, bear with me. All right. So going back to this. So now Eric recommends Anthony. Now Anthony gets the email. Hey Anthony, Eric says you're super cool. Come join RHINOStreet. Now the email that I receive has all of that, but then it has my form to list my business. The information that Eric shared about Anthony Calishone, RHINOStreet, email, I'm asking, is that all then populated in Anthony's list your business form so that when he receives it, it's already kind of a little bit done for him?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, that is correct. What did you think I said before that you said we're unable to do? Because you gave me a hard time.
I was thinking the new business would be populated in the suggest your business.
Oh, that's impossible. Eric, I swear, if you could all of a sudden start pre-populating suggest your business because you already know the business they're going to suggest, you know what? Salesforce is yeah, no, that's kind of like Total Minority Report. Do you remember that movie?
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that would be kind of the general flow of kind of how they would kind of flow through, and then they would be able to start over once a new person is suggested.
Now immediately, and again, this is your collaboration with our team, upon the individual submitting the list your business, they are now a live search results because that's synced in with our backend CRM Airtable.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so now when Eric recommends Anthony and says, hey, Ant, you're so cool, get on this. Now Anthony goes ahead and lists his business. Now, Anthony then is going to receive an email, hey, super cool, your business is listed. Why don't you do what Eric did for you for someone else pretty much? And now I'm going to have suggest my business form in that email.
Right, exactly. It all kind of starts over at that point.
And then it just goes and goes and goes.
Yep.
Huh, we're getting there. How cool.
I think we're close. Yeah, I've got a list of marching orders. I'll send a recap just with those.
Yeah, and I do want to say, of all the things I appreciate, which you're like a total A+++, there are little things that I noticed, like font color and little things that other people might, just be like, that's beneath me, don't email it. You always just take care of it right away. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to help in any way we can.
Cool. All right, so I'm going to let you go. The whole world knows that Eric from Salesforce, or really off-prem, is the best person ever. And I'm going to speak a little bit and I get to, get back to work soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Anthony. I'll send a recap over as well.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, so you saw us talking to Salesforce right in person. Every now and then something comes up, so we had to get on an emergency call, but that's not to be confused with like, oh my God, something bad, but we want it to be done. So let me give you some updates, and I'm gonna sit down because I'm really out of breath today. Our sales, so we did launch, right? So the launch happened Saturday. We sent out our first round of emails. We actually even went ahead and introduced it to our Twitter audience, which over 100 different teachers each brought in 100 of their friends. So we have 200 to start. And the purpose is we're not pressing on anything too hard yet, right? Like it's kind of like a soft launch. Let's see what the initial flow looks like. Let's see where our vulnerabilities are, where the things that are going well. It's all about learning. What don't we know, right? Like how can we learn what we don't know that we don't know? And this whole week has gone really well like that. Everything, and as you can see, we're on calls during the week to go ahead and solve different things that did come up. So that's really cool. Like that's going really well. Our wallet for the coin, I believe it's going to be able to be tested Friday. I think I said that last week, but we're on it, right? Like when you're inventing something, it's not like you can open a book and say, okay, I'm on step 74. I'm close to step 75. No, it's just you just learn as you go, which is so that's getting much closer. And obviously, I'm quite motivated to do that because once we start getting the coin moving, then it's not so much about, oh, RHINOStreet, what is it? It's, oh my God, I need to get into RHINOStreet, what is it? Because that's where the coin's located. We did a video on Twitter that was able to invite our teacher audience. Everyone seemed to like it. Of course, there's always one person. There's like one person that thinks they're Paul Revere. But I was like, did you even watch our video? You're not even listening. You're yelling. You're not even listening anymore. But in true Rhino fashion, Anthony is the concierge of all concierge, and I say things super nice, even if it's easy to say, oh, I say it's super nice, even though I don't mean it, but I actually do. I really believe when someone's just yelling, it's not that I don't take it personally, because I'm not doing anything to harm that person. So if they're yelling, it's kind of like a mental disorder, like they're missing something. So would I ever poke fun at someone with a mental disorder? No, it doesn't matter that you're yelling at me. I'm not deserving of your yells, so let's find out why you're yelling, right? You can see that I have YouTube up because I was listening to music as I'm doing this today. Okay, so this Saturday's email will have a larger audience on it because all the different teachers that came in and everyone that invited someone. But as you'll know, I have not harped on that yet. Everyone invite, because I don't want it to get too big too quickly, which is a good thing to have, right? Like I don't want it to get too big yet, not yet. I believe after this week, I will want it to get too big. When I do want it to get too big, that's a good thing, right? So I believe this Saturday's email, I'll give everyone the all clear. I think I'm going to be able to also include some tidbits on how one could really go ahead and rev things forward. I also need to go ahead and maybe re-explain a little bit because the teacher audience is a new audience, right? Like they didn't know us, which is also quite indicative of how we're going to have to do things going forward. The majority of our audience is not going to know us because the majority of our audience will always be invited from other people in our audience. Everyone's always going to invite someone else, so I always have to talk as if nobody knows us. That being said, our YouTube, I have not shared. And I don't think I'm going to. Our YouTube, I'm going to, I'll put in the emails and you're welcome to join the YouTube. But it's not going to be something that I really press because the YouTube is kind of like, this is where we all let down our hair and talk. And everyone knows I'm very genuine. So like, I say this over here and this over there. But it is a certain level of that I believe those that are on the YouTube, what happens to my phone? Let's see, what happened? Okay, I'm back. Is that I believe that those that have been on the YouTube come in with a foundational knowledge, right? Like we've been together for a long time. So I could probably speak a little bit more to main to the point, right? Without doing so much recap. But even that might change because if everyone comes to the YouTube, we have the problem all over here. I believe, like I said this weekend, I want to start moving things a little bit more. So I am going to have in that email tidbits for everyone. I'm also going to include the suggest your friend form rather than the list your business. The list your business form was last week. The suggest your friend is going to be this week, which is really going to allow that email to go to really push things, right? So if we send out the email that's completely directed at, hey, okay, now suggest one person, God forbid everyone suggests one person, you have over like 100,000 new people overnight. So tomorrow is the entire day is me just writing the email. Friday is submitting and scheduling it. Saturday is when it comes out. So tomorrow I will be in a dark room, unbothered by anyone, unless it's my wife or my son, or a rhino, which is everyone. So please do your best not to bother me. So I think that's kind of it, right? Like I can't see any of the questions because I'm on this, because it was on a different call before and anyone that joined saw that. I did see somebody email me about not having a certificate. I'm emailing them back, actually. I was going to, but then that call came in. The certificates are not going out this month because they are in the emails. And then hopefully thereafter, you won't need them. You'll have a wallet, right? You'll have your app and your wallet and all the other stuff. Which, by the way, you don't need to download the app to have the wallet. The wallet is our corporate partnership with Stripe. So you could actually just go to stripe.com and have it. And of course, you're going to have in your login credentials before that. I think that's it. I think the best way I could sum it up is everything's going the way it's supposed to. And what I mean by that is you're supposed to spend years developing an idea. You're supposed to spend months fine-tuning it. You're supposed to launch it to an audience that appreciates it. You're supposed to find all the things that went wrong so you could fix it. Anyone that ever does a launch that says nothing went wrong is either lying to you or they're completely ignorant to what went wrong, right? It's what's supposed to happen. And what's supposed to happen is by the end of this week, we would have solved all that, and then we can move to scale. Once we move to scale, we also need to be cognizant of what scale is going to do. Is it going to shut down our servers? Well, we have 3. Is it going, right? Like we believe we went ahead and put the bumpers in place to allow it to grow. But we don't know, we don't know. So the point is, it's going as well as can be expected. In fact, if we had 1 million people today and everything was like blowing up, I would have an absolute panic attack because something's going to go wrong and you don't want to do it with 1 million people. So if you were to ask me, Anthony, how do you want it to go? Like this, perfectly. So I love all of you. I know this is a quick call. I know the first 3 minutes of the call was me on a different call, but I will always be here. Like you're never going to be wonder like, where'd Anthony go? But as you all know, my time is really needs to be spent finishing our launch. And I think someone said to me the other day, hey, Ant, call me if you're not busy. I go, I'm always busy, but I'm never too busy. So that being said, I am busy, but I'm never too busy to be on this call. And since we're all on the same team, if you guys could allow me to get back to work, that sounds rude. No, if you guys could allow me to refocus on what I was doing, I'd really appreciate it. So love you all. The Saturday email is the big thing, right? So we only do 1 email now. It's only Saturday. Saturday, 9 a.m. is the biggest thing in Rhino history. Every Saturday. So every Saturday is the new biggest thing in Rhino history. Make sure you get the email. Check your spam. So love everyone.